What can we expect in the housing market for 2023 right here in Fayette and Coweta Counties? That's what we're talking about today. And wow, what a year in the real estate market. We've seen a market that was intense, to say the least, in the beginning of the year, with some homes getting 40 offers in just hours, and home prices just went up and up and up. And then came skyrocketing inflation and mortgage rates and a predictable slowdown in the market. So what does this all mean for us homeowners on the south side of Atlanta as we head into 2023? Hi, I'm Daphne Bousquet with eXp Realty. Gonna break it down for you. Where do we expect interest rates to go in 2023? Are home prices going to crash? Can we expect a wave of foreclosures? Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with me. All right, let's dive in. So more than anything else, this year's housing market has been defined by rapidly rising mortgage rates. And they haven't just risen, they have more than doubled in less than a year, something that has never been seen before. Put that into context, the average monthly mortgage payment is about $1,000 more than it was a year ago. That has priced a lot of people straight out of buying a home. But the biggest question is why? And the answer to that is inflation. Now, the Fed has been making moves to slow down the economy, and real estate plays a big part in our economy. Fed is trying to crash the housing market with their rate increases. And as inflation stays high, mortgage rates will stay high. And as history tells us, when inflation starts to ease, mortgage rates should too. We have seen that in the last few weeks. When the reports came out that the inflation was not as high as predicted, mortgage rates fell from 7% to the low sixes. So as inflation eases, mortgage rates will ease as well. However, don't expect them to go back to the low interest rates of 2-3% we have seen over the last few years. And then there's the other piece of this, the dreaded R word, recession. The biggest question here is, if a recession is called, how will it impact the housing market? You may think that a recession means a full-on housing market collapse, like what happened in 2008. And in most instances, the truth could not be further from that. For example, a recession does not mean falling home prices. In the past 6 recessions, only 2 of them saw a decrease in home prices. But bringing it back to mortgage rates, a recession may not always cause home prices to fall, but it usually means mortgage rates will. But doesn't a recession mean a wave of foreclosures, which means lower home prices? So let's see where we are with foreclosures. Here is a chart with foreclosure activity through the years. And as you can see, the foreclosure activity has been super low in the past few years. Now, part of that was, of course, the foreclosure moratorium. But the reality is that people who have bought homes since the market crash in 2008 had to jump through lots of hoops in order to get a mortgage. Back in the early 2000s, lenders used the foggy mirror test to qualify home buyers. Yep, if you could fog a mirror or pretty much breathe, you could qualify for a mortgage. People who have bought a home in the last few years were well qualified. Plus, they have super low interest rate. However, sadly, there will always be some homeowners who run into financial difficulties, maybe due a job loss or other circumstances, and that's unfortunate. But that still does not necessarily mean foreclosure. With home values going up by as much as 25% over the last couple of years, people have choices. There are few, if any, homeowners underwater right now, and there's enough equity to sell a home instead of having it foreclosed on. But what if home values drop? For the last couple of years, we have seen the median home value rise by about $113,000 or 24.5% in Fayette County, almost $110,000 or 27.4% in Coweta County. This is a direct result of supply and demand. And although the available number of homes in Fayette and Coweta have gone up in the last few months, up by 42% over last year, we are still 37% under over 2019, which was a real solid seller's market. So although demand has gone down due to interest rates and affordability, and supply has gone up, we still do not have enough homes for the amount of buyers on the market. We are seeing home values go down just a tad over the last couple of months, but year to date, home values are still up by more than 14% year over year in both Fayette and Coweta. Now, obviously, that is not something that is sustainable. So here is what the experts think is going to happen in 2023. And as you can see, experts are divided, with 3 of them calling for slight appreciation, and Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and Zelman calling for depreciation. Big banks are more pessimistic, with them calling for a depreciation between 3 and 10%. Now, that is still a far cry from the 20% needed to call a market crash. Now, of course, these are national numbers, while real estate is a very local game. Right now, hot markets like LA and Phoenix and Austin that were on fire before are definitely seeing falling prices, where here south of Atlanta, we're not seeing that so much. Certainly, it's taking longer for homes to sell, but if your house is desirable, nicely prepared for the market, and priced right, it will still sell very quickly and for a good amount of money. Now, of course, I do not have a crystal ball, but here are my predictions. I see a leveling off in the market, it becoming more balanced. There will be good opportunities for buyers now that competition for homes is not so intense. If you can afford the payment with the current interest rates and you see a house that you really want, go for it. If and when interest rates come down, you can always refinance. And I don't see a huge surge in housing supply coming, although there are now more new construction homes available. And homeowners who have a 2.5% mortgage rate, they may never sell. If you are a seller and have to make a move, be smart about it. The time for agents to place a house on the MLS, stick a sign in the yard, and expect multiple offers is over. A house needs to be properly prepared for the market, be priced right, and have a good marketing campaign. And it still may take a little longer, but you can get a very good price for your house. And if you're looking to buy or sell in 2023, I would love to help you. Give me a call and let's chat about your needs. My contact information is in the description below.